Day 9 of our 60 days of basic networking. Right, so let's move on. And in this video naman, pag-usapan natin yung fiber optic cables or fiber optic cabling. So kanina, we talked about copper. And sabi nga natin, those are mostly used for enterprise doon sa switch going to our endpoints or end devices like PC, servers, or printers, for example. Diba? And now, in terms of fiber optic cabling, here's an example. And hindi siya katulad ng copper na gumagamit ng electrical signals. So, si fiber optics uses light signals. So, yun yung pagkakaiba niya. It uses light signaling in transmission or in transmitting the bits, the zeros and ones. So take note ha, kapag pinag-usapan natin cables or connectors, it belongs to the what layer of the OSI? Sige nga, first layer or layer 1, which is what we called physical layer. Ang galing kong magsulat. Anyway, so fiber optic cables uses light signals in transmitting the data. Okay? And then meron siyang glass yung ginagamit niya kasi hindi naman tatawid yung light signal sa copper, so that's why yung conductor niya is glass. So yung core as well as yung cladding niya, yung nakabalot doon sa core, glass na manipis yun, parang gabuhok. Actually, mas maliit pa sa buhok kung makapal yung buhok ng tao. Right? So, yun yung ginagamit ng fiber optics natin. That's why it's faster kasi light travels fast than electricity. Diba? Now, faster siya compared with our coaxial as well as compared to our copper cables. And then of course, immune din siya sa electromagnetic interference kasi it uses light signals eh. Hindi katulad ng copper, it uses electromagnetic waves or electrons. Possible na magkaroon ng electromagnetic interference doon. Now, since si fiber ay gumagamit ng tinatawag nating light signal, immune siya sa tinatawag nating EMI. Okay? So, tip of the day. Anyway, so kapag pinag-usapan natin ng fiber, here's an example illustration ng, kumbaga, end ng isang fiber cable. So, makikita mo, meron pa siyang tinatawag natin na jacket, and then may buffer pa, bukod pa yung cladding. So, yung cladding niya, kadalasan made of glass na ito. And then, yung core niya, which is kung saan dumadaan yung light signal, glass din yan. So again, mas mabilis siya in terms of copper cables. So here's an example of a fiber optic cable. Okay, so pakita ko sa inyo. Right? So you can see here, here's, I guess, this is LC fiber optic. We're gonna talk about the other standards later. Pero, kung makikita mo dyan, di ba? So, meron siyang cladding, which is glass or fiberglass. Tapos, bukod doon, sa loob niya, nandun pa yung pinakamanipis na glass kung saan nagtatraverse yung light signal. So, in most cases, kapag ka sa real world, kasi hindi mo naman ito pwedeng idiretso sa switch. Diba? So, gumagamit tayo ng mga transceiver natin or converter para ma-connect natin siya doon sa mga RJ45 or doon sa mga ports ng mga switches natin kapag hindi fiber port or fiber ready. Diba? And then, kagaya ng nabanggit ko kanina, ginagamit natin siya in connecting, for example, diba, ito yung access switches natin. For example. So, yung mga patch cables connected sa patch panel. Tapos yung patch panel connected sa mga endpoints or end devices kagaya ng desktops, access points, servers. Now, for example, itong access switch na ito ay connected sa isang core switch. So, dun ko naman gagamitin yung fiber ko as the uplink papunta dun sa core para high capacity, high speed, and so on. You get the point? Uplink from access switch to core switch. Okay, so very good. Right? So, let's move on. Okay, so kapag sinabi nating fiber optics or kapag pinag-usapan natin yung tinatawag nating fiber optic cable, meron tayong dalawang types. Okay, so yung single mode and multi-mode. So ano yung pinagkaiba nila? Here you go. So, single mode, it has a smaller core size. Ibig sabihin, yung pinaka-conductor niya, yung glass na conductor niya, manipis na maliit. Maliit naman. Yung napakaliit nung conductor niya, kung saan yung light signal can only travel in a straight or straight, kumbaga straight through, or I mean straight point. Okay? Mamaya, I'll show you in a bit. Okay, katulad niyan, di ba? So, makikita mo dito, sa ating example, isa lang yung, since maliit yung core size nung glass mo na core, diretso lang yung travel ng signal mo or ng light signal, di ba? And then, it usually has a diameter of 9 microns. So, sobrang liit noon. Kung i-compare natin, based from my research, yung normal na buhok ng tao is around 90 to 100 microns. 90 to 100 microns. Now, yung single mode fiber, 9 microns yung core niya. So, sobrang nipis. Di ba? And then, another characteristics is, yun nga, so, it has only one mode of wavelength of light. So, hindi na nakakapag-bounce or wala nang ibang ginagawa or walang ibang kakayanan yung wavelength ng light kundi mag-travel ng diretso. That means mas mabilis. Di ba? So, mas mabilis siya compared sa multi-mode fiber. Yun nga lang, mas mahal siya. Okay? So, syempre, mas mabilis, mas mahal, and mas mas sensitive yung tinatawag nating single mode fiber. Right? So, the other one is what we called multi-mode, wherein you can see here, mas malaki yung kanyang core, okay? Larger core size, wherein yung wavelength ng ating signal can bounce back. Kumbaga, hindi katulad kapag single mode, isang diretso lang, katulad dito, pwede pa siyang mag-bounce ng pagano dahil malaki yung core niya. So, pwedeng mag-bounce yung wavelength ng light signal natin na tinatawag. So, that's why it's called multi-mode. Right? And then, ang diameter niya is usually ranging from 50 to 62.5 microns. So, depending on the type of fiber, pag-uusapan natin mamaya, pero you're seeing the difference between the single mode and the multi-mode. So, since malaki yung tinatawag nating core size na tinatawag nating multi-mode fiber, and then nagba-bounce back yung kanyang mga wave length light signals, mas mabagal siya compared doon sa ating single mode. And then it can only cover short distances. So, si single mode can cover longer distance than multi-mode. Does that make sense? Right? So, here's another comparison. So, basically, here's another multi-mode, 62.5 microns and then 50 microns itong dalawa. And then, makikita mo yung core ng ating single mode napakaliit compared doon sa dalawa. So, yun yung pinagkaiba nila. Dito sa single mode, hindi na makaka-bounce back yung light signal natin, samantalang sa multi-mode, nakaka-bounce back pa siya. Okay, so here's another example nung dalawa. And makikita mo dyan na yung diameter natin for single mode is 9 microns, and then dito sa multi-mode natin, 50 microns, and then it has the signal traveling on your slides right now. Makikita mo dito, diretso lang yung travel ng signal. Right? Pero dito, makikita mo may nag-wave pa siya or kumbaga parang may bouncing pa siya dahil nga malaki yung core niya. Right? So we're good with this? Right now, saan natin siya ginagamit? So, kagaya ng nabanggit ko sa inyo kanina, kung ang ginagamit natin na connection sa ating mga desktop, IP phones, and printers are UTP cable papunta sa ating mga switch, yung mga switches natin papunta sa ating core, for example, this one, wherein uplink niya yan. So, dito natin ginagamit, karaniwan, yung mga fiber optic cable. Bukod pa sa mga residential natin, for example, meron kayong Converge, PLDT fiber, and so on. Pero, I'm referring to the enterprise setup pagdating sa structured cabling, di ba? So, yun, doon natin ginagamit yung fiber optic cable sa mga uplinks. Okay? So, ayun. Pagka, for example, meron kayong, ito yung building nyo, di ba? Meron kayong sabihin na natin ganyan, karaming floor, 6th floor. Tapos, ang MDF nyo is nandito, sa pinakababa. Okay? Nandyan yung mga devices nyo na karamihan. Tapos, dun yung demarc nyo from your ISP. So, sabihin na natin may switch kayo dito sa ibang floors, for example. So, yung mga yan nakakonect doon sa inyong core switch. Sabihin na natin nandito yung core switch nyo. Nakakonect sila via fiber optic pababa doon. O sabihin natin tigdadalawa sila. Kasi redundancy. Doon sa inyong core switch. So, fiber optics ang ginagamit natin doon. Like this one in a high-level overview. Alright? So we're good with fiber optic cabling use cases. So in the next video, we're gonna talk about some of the connectors naman and pins natin na tinatawag. Like for example, sa fiber optic, di ba, meron tayong ganitong dulo or connector. Makikita mo dyan, di ba? Anong tawag natin dyan? Anong tawag natin dito? Doon sa connector, And then, anong tawag natin dito? Di ba? So, those are type of connectors na nakakabit or nandun sa dulo ng ating mga cables na ginagamit natin sa network. So, that's what we're gonna talk about in the next video.